Iowa, and we are back in the Xfinity Series, back here at Iowa for what is going to be our final race of the regular season before we start our five-race playoffs to finish out the year. We are here at Iowa. Let's quickly go over the points before the start of this race, because it could change by the end. We got the 5 drivers locked in on wins. Colton, Nathan, Nick, Damon, and Hayden at the top. Myself, Shane, and Leighton are locked in on points, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Dan has a pretty big margin, but I think it's still mathematically possible that he might miss out. And you might notice Tyler is now in 10th. Barrett was tied with Leighton in 8th, but he has very graciously relinquished his playoff spot because he is unfortunately not going to be able to make any of the August races, which is pretty much the entire playoffs. So, very unfortunate he had to do that. But he'll have more fun. I think he's going on vacation than having to do races. But disappointing after he was having such a great season, but very, very nice of him to go ahead and give that spot up. So that puts Tyler just above the cut line, 31 points. He's just going to need to get out here and have a decent run and really hope that nobody below the cut line wins this race. And there's certainly a couple that could. We'll just have to see how it goes. And since I'm locked in on points, I'm just out here trying to get a win, see if I can get a playoff point for the playoffs coming up. So we might try some crazy strategy. We'll just see how it goes. Maybe pit really early or something. Just try something. Not going to be a huge deal because the points are going to get reset at the start of the playoffs. I don't think we're quick enough on speed in order to win this race, as we usually never are, but we'll see what we get. And you see people right below the cut line that pretty much just need to win to get in. I don't think there's going to be a way, points-wise, unless Tyler ends up wrecking and getting last or something, which would be unfortunate for him after just now getting in the playoffs. I think he's going to have a decent race. He just needs to have a decent race and get some points and hope that no one below the cut line wins. But there's Rick right below the cut line, Bradley, Joseph, JP, who's in here and is fast and could definitely win this race. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does out here. See if he can get a win. And then Chris down in 15th, a few more points behind. But we just qualified second. You can't see that, but that's the point standings as we are right before this race starts. We'll obviously check with them after the race is over and see how the playoffs look for the next 4 races. We got a 4-race playoff and then a championship race with the final 4 in it. But right after qualifying, we have qualified P2 at the moment, and Shane is up top with a 24.23. We went a 24.29. I wasn't really thinking that was going to be a very fast lap that we did, but it was. Air temp is pretty low. The forecast this week's got the air temp way down for the high, so it's only 76 out there, but the track temp's still 117, so kind of a little warm. 20 degrees hotter than it was in practice there, apparently. But we'll be going into the afternoon once the race starts, so we'll see if that track temp goes up anymore. We're still starting second. Is JP putting in his laps? He is. He and Nathan still have to go here. Looks like Nathan's probably going to jump up pretty far. Looks like he just did his first lap. JP jumps up to P5 with his first lap. Colton's there in 3rd, and Tyler up there in P4 right now with a great qualifying run. He is going to just need to be doing that. If he can finish top 10 without somebody outside the playoff cut line winning, then he could be in really good shape. Or if he somehow beats Dan by a big margin, see if Dan is in here. Yeah, he is. And Dan is qualified 8th right now. So It's going to be hard for Tyler to get a big enough margin on him to jump him in points, but if one of those guys wrecks out, that could change things up pretty hard in the playoffs there. But yeah, we are sitting second right now. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know. Maybe we will have speed. We can compete up there. But surely the guys that have been faster than us all year are going to still be quicker than us. We'll just have to see. But JP runs P4. Nathan, only P11 for him. Kind of surprising there. I imagine we'll see him moving up. I think he's done that a few times. If I'm remembering correctly, maybe it was the Gen 4 series where he's qualified kind of far back but has moved up to the front pretty quick. Maybe he'll do that here. But we've got a really good starting spot. Getting ready to go green here for 130 laps. Long one to finish out this regular season. And we cannot make it on fuel, unlike the Gen 4 where it was possible. But we'll be doing our best up here, starting second. Outside front rows, never very good for us, but
you'll have to stop for more fuel
who knows?
before the race is over. The estimated SOF is 2,912.
Going to be very, very interesting to keep track of Tyler and Dan, who are just above the cut line, to see if anything happens to them. They just really need to get solid runs if they can't win. And it's going to be interesting to see if someone below the cut line is going to be able to get up here and battle for the win. JP being the prime candidate, starting P4 right behind us. If myself or Shane wins, that doesn't change anything with the standings because we're already locked in on points.
Waiting on the final car to grid. You have 2 additional sets of tires for this race. Be smooth and have a good run.
And obviously, if somebody that's already won a race this season wins, that doesn't do anything with the standings either, since they're already locked in. Colton's already got 4 wins. He's guaranteed himself the lead going into the playoffs. All playoff drivers' points will get reset to 2,000, and you'll get 1 additional playoff point for each win that you have. So Colton right now would be at 2,004 points total, which would put him at the top. Above second place, I think, is Nathan with 2 wins. Nathan or Damon. Both of those guys have been winning a ton. We'll see how this goes. I forgot to look at the track temp. Might as well save some fuel, but I think if we start falling back, if we fall just to the back end of the top 5 or outside the top 5, I might see myself pitting really early to try and get a big undercut and just make it to the end. Really thought we'd get a caution here in the Gen 4, but we didn't. I don't think this car is harder to drive. I don't know. It might end up being, but just going to count on green flag, and it'll be a surprise if we get proved differently. Which is why I'm going to potentially take a risk and pitting early. But we have got nothing to lose. We're just trying to get a win. So we're going to do everything we can to do that. We'll just see how it goes. But right now, opening laps, we need to go about 40, 50 laps, I think, before we can pit to be able to make it to the end. So right now, we're just going to be saving tires. Trying not to burn up the right front or the right rear. It's pretty slick off of turn 4 and down the front stretch still. We'll see how it goes. Getting ready to go green here. Shane's in the pole. 130 laps here.
Green flag, green flag. The road is now open.
We get a pretty decent jump on those behind us, but obviously Shane's able to clear us very easily. That's just how it goes when you're in the lead. We'll see how long we can stay up here. Made a couple tweaks to the setup. Nothing major. There's the wall. Just a couple things to loosen it up a little bit because I think it was going to get really, really tight long run, which is going to make it very difficult to pass. It's probably still going to do that. And I thought, especially with the air temp being so cool, I think it would be better to be a bit looser, but track temp's still pretty high, so.
Alright,
Oh.
man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Early
Line up,
caution
single
here,
file.
okay.
Pit road is closed.
Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming.
Let the A car by.
We will not be pitting. It's going to be way too early for that. I'm going to save some fuel right now, though, while we can. May not need it if we pit early, but
Pit
never
road is
know.
now open.
The more we save now, the less we'll need at a pit stop. So it could be beneficial. I think we will be taking 4 tires.
My bad, fellas. Little slick there.
Oh, sounds like Dan may have just lost it. Hopefully doesn't have any damage.
I'm kind of relieved. I thought Gavin might have had cautions turned off in this series.
I do not. That's just how crazy
That's
this
right.
has
We know
been.
the system's working now.
Saying we only need 8 gallons, so... We're definitely not going to be waiting on fuel.
What, the last 5 races?
Something like that. But,
Might break a record. In
you
this
know
one.
what? Something I haven't been doing that I've seen Nick and several others do in videos is overfilling it so the balance doesn't get hurt too bad. So I think we will. 18-gallon tank. I don't want to have to wait on fuel, but I think we might put 13 in, and maybe that'll get a bit more rotation in it. Dan falls to the back right now, though. He's on pit road. If he's got damage this early and can't recover, that could put him in danger of falling below the cut line, depending on where the people behind him finish.
Pit road is closed.
Could definitely make it so Tyler passes him. But if he can stay on the lead lap here, he's shown in qualifying that I
They're
think
playing the odds. We all should have come in and got tires.
I think Dan should be able to get back up to a decent spot. Too early to take tires, even if we go green the whole way, I think. I don't think it's going to make any difference if you pit. Dan back on pit road, and Alexander is as well. Let's see, where's JP at? He's just behind us in 4th still. Nathan's already up to 7th. What did he qualify, like 11th or something? He'll be up front pretty soon, battling for the lead. Shane's getting bonus points here, but doesn't mean a whole lot. He's already locked in.
Alright, man, we're going green next time.
And
Bye.
we'll
All right,
be
man.
dead
Line up
even on
the
points
outside
once the
road.
playoffs start. So we are only racing for a win here. Pretty much. In terms of the playoff standings, but we're also racing because it's fun. And Iowa's pretty fun, tough track, especially with this new pavement that's made the transition onto the old track quite a bit more difficult. Alright, see if we can get another decent launch. Colton was looking pretty quick behind us, of course.
Get ready.
See if he gives us a run. See if we can get a long run here and get spread out a bit.
Alright, man. Pace cars in. Green, green, green. Pit road is now open.
And not quite as good of a jump as I got the first run.
The leader just did a 1.691.
That's alright. Get situated here, roll the bottom. Oh, Dan's still on pit road. That could really change some things up in the standings. But that's really good for Tyler, though. We are catching up to Shane. A little bit loose on the entry there to 3.
You just hit the fastest lap.
Set the fastest lap of the session so far, but Lot of race left. I imagine the fastest lap's going to come on the last lap. Oh, Shane gets the wall a little bit.
Outside. Still there.
This is going to be a very difficult pass to make.
Stay low.
But we might get a nose ahead of him for this lap and lead this lap and get those 5 bonus points.
Still there. Hold your line. You're in first. You're clear high. Clear high.
Definitely not how I expected this one to go so far. If we're in the lead by the time it's time to pit, I think we just pit it halfway. This is not where I expected to be. I didn't practice a whole lot. I did some laps to test the setup. I probably did like 15 total. Only I wouldn't practice at all if it wasn't just to test the setup and maybe tweak it a bit. I usually don't do a lap until we get into the session, really. So it's not like I practice a whole bunch to do this race. No more than normal, but somehow I'm ahead of all the people that we've been racing that have been beating me every week. But we could also be burning up our tires a lot more than them. We'll just have to see because we're pulling away. This is very unexpected. I'm not going to push too hard or anything or try and get more speed out of it. I'm just going to keep rolling my line, taking care of the car. But the more distance we can put...
I have an Oculus problem.
Oh, Shane, that stinks. That could be why we passed him as well. That has bitten him a couple times. Dan going back down pit road. Not a huge field, so he's still going to get some decent points. But that could be a big enough margin where Tyler can jump him, depending on where Tyler finishes. And if that happens and somebody outside the cut line wins, Dan could be knocked out. I don't think Dan, if somebody outside the cut line doesn't win, I don't think he's in danger of losing a spot in the playoffs, but he definitely is in more danger now that he is multiple laps down at the back. I cannot believe we are in the lead right now. And we're pulling away from Colton. Or we had been. He'd gotten around Shane. Yeah, we still are.
Okay, I'm back for now. Let's see if this holds out.
Hopefully it does. Starting to get very tight, middle of the corner. I'm sure that's not going to get any better, but I think when we start doing that, we might migrate up the track just a little bit. Maybe like a lane to a lane and a half, but try and stay on the fresh asphalt. I think the middle line could be really good. I don't think top's going to be good anymore here on that older pavement. But I'm kind of glad about that, because if you had... Sometimes you get a situation where the top line is dominant here, the very top towards the wall, and that just made it impossible to pass. Oh, Nelly. Let's not do that.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Ah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it happens, I guess.
But luckily for him, he is locked in.
I just wish I knew why it happened.
Yeah, that's the worst thing to deal with, to keep having problems and that just doesn't seem to go away. I've dealt with those for a long, long time. Nathan is already in third, and he is catching up quickly, I think. He's 2 seconds back right now. Good to lead some laps, though. I'm happy about that. Yeah, Nathan's coming up quick. I believe he will be passing us before halfway. He's going to have to pass Colton first, though, to get to us. There's the wall. Shane is out of the race. That is really unfortunate. After getting the pole. But he will be back for the playoffs, be in contention for the championship to lock himself into Gateway for the Final Four. Colton's gone all the way up the track. Maybe we migrate to the top. Maybe run middle a bit. Let's see how that feels in 1 and 2. Just run a little bit higher. Allows us to get on the gas just a little bit sooner. It's not much turn up there, it doesn't feel like. Kind of doing a cut down line. I'm not really meaning to, but I feel like if I don't try and turn down a little bit, the car's just never going to turn. So I'm not really running that much higher than I was. Slightly higher, like half a lane. It's our lap times. I'm not expecting a ton of fall off like we saw in the Gen 4, but this car tends to wear out the tires a little bit more. It's a little bit bigger of a deal in this car, it seems like, anyway. Big loose coming off of that pavement. We have pulled away from Colton just a touch. He might start getting tight. Halfway. Is going to be about 65. But pit window is going to open at about 45 to 50. So how is that all going to play out? What is the pit strategy going to be? I think if we're leading, we just pit halfway. That's going to be the fastest. And just go from there and see how that plays for us. Wish I'd stop hitting the wall, though, looking at F3. Because this thing's so wobbly down the front stretch. Trying to see if Nathan's catching, and he is. A little bit loose mid-corner that time. Right rear could start going away on me. Trying to drive too hard.
Didn't mean to get you on the straightaway.
Oh, JP. Where did he come from? He's replaced Colton. Has he been behind me the whole time? I thought that was Colton. I don't think so. I think it was Colton. Something must have happened. Maybe he got loose or tapped the wall. Colton's now a long ways back, and it's JP and Nathan. I haven't been looking down too closely. I've been looking mostly at the lap time, so maybe I'm just completely wrong about that. Maybe Colton's been back and forth this whole time. I thought it was him right behind me, and then Nathan. But JP is now in second with Nathan just behind him, or JP has been. I need them to battle a little bit. It seems like they are catching up though a little bit every lap. Just a tad. Dan is out of the race. Big development there early on for the playoffs. That's going to really put Tyler in a good spot. If he could finish top 10 or even better. Yeah, I definitely have not taken care of my tires as good as those guys behind me. That was to be expected. I wasn't expecting to be up front. I'm a lot worse at saving when I'm up front than if I'm behind some people. Well, we did gain a couple more tenths back right there somehow. Another thing we need to do is have a mistake-free pit road. But I did a practice pit stop and I didn't wreck, so that's a good sign. This thing's so wobbly down the straightaways, it's crazy. Alright, they're catching up again. Maybe we'll start running middle again. Try not to spin out. Colton's caught up quite a bit as well. I think I'm more on the right rear than the right front. It's getting a bit squirrely out of the corner. I need to be careful. They're definitely catching up though quite a bit, both of them. That's alright. If they pass us, which will probably be within the next 10 laps, I say we just go ahead and pit. See how that works out. It's going to really hurt if we get a yellow, but who knows? May not be a good strategy call, but might as well try it. Oh, or we might get a yellow here. Greg getting loose down the straightaway, like I've been.
Alright, man, that car is a lap down.
This car's definitely trending toward loose. I can definitely see us getting a yellow around the pit cycle. But I don't think going long is going to be good. I haven't tried going short yet, so maybe we'll try that. So if they, as soon as they pass me, I think I'll pit. It's going to be soon. Well, we gotta get to lap something first. How many laps do we have left? We got 87. We need to go a few more laps forward. definitely good, but that'll be all right. Gonna be getting into some lap traffic. We're gonna have to do a better job at saving, though. We're gonna have those next tires on even longer. So I'm gonna have to try and push a little bit less hard through the center of the corner. But JP is making a strong contender here for a win. He could lock himself into the playoffs from below the cut line. That could really change things up. That could really be bad for Dan, who's had a really solid season up to this point. But like I thought, we're going to get long green. Is it going to remain green through the pit stops to give our strategy a chance to work? I don't know.
Outside.
Oh, JP
All clear, all clear.
getting into the corner hot. Got above the new pavement. Slipped up a little bit there. That allowed Nathan to get past him. Nathan's rolling that bottom. He's doing it well. Got much better grip out of the corner than we do.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side.
He's going to clear us,
All
no
clear,
problem.
all clear.
Nathan to the lead. Looking to gain a point back on Colton. I think we are in pit window now. Once we get JP by us, I think we'll pit.
Got one inside. Good job. The next car is the leader. Stay high.
Yeah, okay, we're
There's
pitting
the
this
car on
time.
the low side. The leader just did a 25.4.
I think we can make it. I'm going to add a bit more fuel, though, just to be safe, doubly safe. So we will end up having to wait, but that's fine. Take one out. All right, let's see how this works. We led some laps. We got past. We weren't going to be faster long run. Let's undercut everybody, see how that goes.
Pit box in 10,
May not work, but who knows?
5, 3,
Be fun to try anyway.
1. Right here.
We're going to put a lap down. 65.78. This is going to be interesting.
That's it. Go.
Fuel-wise, we're definitely good. Oh, that might have been a penalty. I don't know how it wasn't. We were 43 there. That's all right.
You got one outside. Stay low.
You got to remember how fresh tires feel. And we got to save tires, though. Alexander's pitting in. I wonder when Colton's going to pit. I don't think he's going to announce it. He had a big gap behind him, so we're probably not going to know until we see him. But he could see us undercut there and maybe try it. But he's been pitting about halfway all season long, so I imagine he'll probably stick with that.
You got one outside. Stay low.
But us
All
pitting
clear,
has
all
dragged a few down there. Looks like.
You're gaining on the car
We just need to be
1 point.
easier on the right front, middle of the corner, and don't try and stomp on it out of the corner and get
Car
loose.
behind is pitting.
Because Nathan and JP had so much more grip middle of the corner.
25.
So we just need to try and save since we're going to be on these tires longer, much longer than we were just that run. So let's see if we actually are able to undercut anybody.
Got one outside.
So we can pass Sage and Marius here.
You're clear high, clear high.
Just work our way through the traffic.
Got
Top
one
10
outside.
people who haven't pit yet.
All clear, all clear.
There's a Leighton and Tyler. Tyler's still running top 10. He's doing really good so far. Exactly what he needs to do now that Dan is out. We're going to take it 3
Jock bottom 3 wide.
since
Hold
we've
your
got
line.
newer tires.
Got one outside. You're 2 wide there. Still there? Hold your line.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is
3.5.
Don't want to waste any time if we can help it. We're going to lose a little bit working through traffic, but I'm going to try and lose as little as possible.
second.
Got one outside. Stay low, there's a car on the high side. You're clear high, clear high.
Just need this to stay green. I need to get a big gap on all those guys that are going to pit halfway or longer. Might as well do some crazy strategy stuff because all we're doing is trying to get a win. It does not matter where we finish. So if it ends up not working, it's not going to hurt us.
All clear, all clear.
But long run, I don't think we were going to be better than them. Maybe after the pit stop, we could have done something and just saved a little bit better. But I don't think so.
You're pulling away
I don't know if we were ever going to catch back up to them after they passed us.
8
seconds.
We're about to catch JP. We're fairly close to unlapping ourselves. I don't see Colton, so it looks like he must have pitted.
25.609.
So he must be behind us somewhere. I don't see him. Here's Damon just in front of us. He's in 4th.
The car in front is pitting.
Rick is pitting. Nearly to halfway, so you're going to see the majority of the field start going down, I believe.
Stay low. All clear, all clear.
Clear Damon.
The car in front is pitting.
Oh, Colton's in 2nd. Okay. I thought JP was in 2nd. So he is still out here. We're just now to halfway.
The car behind is pitting.
Most people are going to start pitting now. We were mistake-free on pit road. We weren't going to be the quickest, but we didn't get a penalty somehow. We didn't slide through our box or miss pit road or anything like that. JP on pit road now. We'll see where we jump in front of him, if at all. Trying to do my best to save tires.
The car in front is pitting.
Hopefully JP's still on pit road. Don't see him yet. Okay, there he is. We did jump in front of him. He's still there. We're gaining a bunch of time on him. But is he going to have time to make that up?
Hitting this lap.
He's going to have a lot of laps left. I don't feel like I've been pushing it as hard, which is what we need to be doing, just being a little bit easier. We're back up to 13th. We could cycle out to the lead, but we will see. We definitely need a green flag cycle.
The lead did a 25.555.
Half a second faster. Tire fall off isn't massive, so if we could just get this big gap right now that they can't make up, and then we kind of equalize, that's going to be where we are able to leapfrog them. But they're going to be gaining some as they're coming out of the pits now. But we just need to
Dig it, man. You're in top 10.
hopefully have a gap that's big enough where they are not able to make it all up. And we need it to stay green. But as we showed short run, we might be in decent shape still.
The car in front is pitting.
Who knows? We're about to pass Damon for position. Past Marius as well. Colton's still up ahead, hasn't pit yet. We'll see how this works. Marius is going a lap down now after
Got one inside.
he was in the
Clear
top
low, clear
10.
low.
That's surprising. What I don't want to see is JP on the F3 behind us catching up. That's going to be very scary. I don't want to have to try and push harder. Feel like we're doing okay on the tires. I believe Nathan's still in the lead. Colton's still in second. Colton going a bit longer here. He's past halfway by quite a bit.
All right, man. That car
Got Marius just behind us on newer tires.
Got one outside. All clear, all clear.
We're still catching up to Colton. And he still hasn't pit yet. Hopefully Marius can get by us without any trouble. Or without us having to slow down too much. I'll just run high for him.
0.444 inside.
Try not to hold him up as bad as I did at Rockingham.
Clear low.
A little bit different situation here though. We're able to pull back off just a little bit.
Outside.
Ooh, got tight that time.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Couldn't look and see who that was pitting, but I think it
All clear. You're in
It
fifth place.
obviously wasn't
Good job,
Colton.
man.
We're in 5th now. We're still a lap down, technically. Nathan's still up front.
Pitting in here, pitting in.
Colton is now pitting. Let's see where he cycles through.
The car in front is pitting.
He should still be on pit road when we go by.
The car behind is pitting.
There he is. We've leapfrogged Colton. Now we just need Nathan to pit. Got a couple people on new tires coming up.
There you go, man. You're doing real good. Keep hitting your mark.
We just passed Allen.
Got one out.
And this Allen's going to get around us on the outside.
Stay low. Still there?
And then Chad's going to follow him.
You're clear high. Clear high.
Just going to give room. Oh, JP is 3.7 behind us.
All right, man. That car's
He's got a little bit of traffic around him.
You're in third place. Stay low.
Oh, he could be in line to win this race. He's catching up. Need his tires to equalize with ours as soon as possible. But I don't know if it's going to happen before he gets here.
The leader just did a 25.415.
I'll stay high,
We'll
Colton.
see how much time Colton can make up. Surprised to see him go so long.
The car in
Thank you, appreciate it.
just at the fastest lap.
23.9.
But
Yes, sir.
somebody's back there setting fastest laps. It could be Colton. We're about to get our lap back. Well, we're not about to, but we're close to it. On track. Still quite a ways up there.
All right, man. That car's
48 laps to go.
You're gaining on the car in front.
That was just about as big as our first run was. So we could be in trouble. We are in third, so somebody's still out here that hasn't pit besides Nathan. I'm not sure who it is. Guess I can look. It's Tyler.
That car is a lap down.
Tyler's still out here. He's trying something. I don't know if it's going to work out, but he should be in really good shape now that Dan is out of this race. Unless JP can win, and he is close to it. And Colton, who just pit not very long ago, is only 4 seconds back. So Colton could be in the best shape to get his 5th win on the year and get a really big starting lead for the playoffs. That could be interesting. Nathan just now going down. We're going to run higher here. Give him plenty of room. As JP and Colton catch up behind us without much we can do about it. Fun to try, though. If we get a timed yellow, it could end up putting us at the lead again. I need Colton and JP to battle for like 30 laps and stop gaining time on me. And if we get a caution now, Tyler's going to cycle out to perfect position.
Car 32
Has taken the lead.
You're back in second.
32 would be Tyler. The leapfrog, we pit like 35 laps or something, maybe less, but we pit a long time before Colton did, and he is not that far behind us, so it looks like it was not going to be the right play. But if I had gone long, we would have been a mile back doing that as well, so should have just done halfway like I've been saying every time I try something, but
All clear, all clear.
who knows, we could get a caution to put us in a position here.
The car in
P7, just at the fastest lap. 23.
P7 is probably Nathan, I would say.
You got one inside. Still there? Hold your line. That car is a lap down.
Colton's going to end up passing us here for what will probably be the battle for the lead. I'm not going to be able to do anything to hold him off. His tires are just so much better. Who would have thought going long would be the strategy?
P7, just at the fastest
And every time I try it, it does not work.
838.
So we never get back to the lead there. And once again, we're counting on a yellow with a group that does not produce very many yellows at all. Really surprised we got that early one. Colton's going to cycle out to the lead, and he's got a massive one. Really big.
Alright, man. You're back in second. Good job, man.
So it looks like the undercut has worked out for Nathan, for us against Nathan, but against JP and Colton, it has not. And by the end of this thing, Nathan may get up here and pass us. Probably will. Oh well, it was fun. Since we had so much speed, though, we probably should have just pitted halfway and just tried to flat beat him. But I was not expecting to be able to do that.
Stay high. All clear, all clear.
JP has got a long way to go to get back to his playoff hopes. He's got to win this race to get in. Nathan is only 4 seconds behind us, so going long was the play this time. It's always the opposite of what I do. We still should be able to get a decent finish out of this, but they're much quicker on those new tires, obviously, and we're never going to get any faster, so we're just going to be running this exact same pace, and they're going to eventually get to this pace, but by that time they're going to be already way ahead of us, like Colton. Or we could get a yellow. Oh, this is going to be sketchy.
Sorry, Gavin. Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Nothing we could do there. That's unfortunate for us.
The gap is 1.1 seconds. You're losing on the car in front.
I locked him up really hard.
0.5 seconds.
That gets Nathan right to our bumper, basically.
Got one inside. Stay high.
Oh, that stinks, but he was going to get past us anyway.
All clear, all clear.
Puts us back to 4th. Car's got no turn in it anymore. Like zero turn in it after I locked up the brakes. That stinks. We really need a yellow now to have any shot at a win, but that's fine. We are already locked in and didn't think I was going to be in contention for the win anyway, because I pretty much never am. But JP's getting ready to get passed by Nathan, so he really needs a yellow as well to have a chance to get Colton. Colton is just long gone. I don't know if Nathan's going to be able to catch him or not.
The leader just did a 25.049.
Here comes Tyler on his new tires, but he's a lap down. But he's still running 13th, which is all he needs, I think, right now.
Clear low, clear low.
I don't think, if it stays green, I don't think JP is going to be a threat to win this race. Unless something happens to Colton or Nathan to jeopardize their positions. But Tyler should be in really good shape, especially since Dan got knocked out early. We'll have to really look and see where that puts him in the playoffs. I don't think it's going to put him below the cut line, but I really don't know. Because he started the race and did some laps, so he's not going to get 0 points, like he missed the race. He's going to get paid for the position. But it's going to be like 25th place points, which is like 14, 15 points, I think. But he had such a big lead on the cut line, I don't think he's going to have to worry about that unless someone below the cut line wins. But right now, it's not looking like that's going to happen. We're less than 30 to go. Are we going to get a yellow? There are green, white checkers. We're sitting in P4. We've got a decent lead on Damon behind us. Not massive, but I think we'll be able to hold on to it as long as I don't wreck myself. Or we blow a tire or something. But we got an early caution. Could we see a late caution to really throw a wrench into this? Almost had one with James. Luckily we were able to get slowed down before we hit him too hard. Just a tap. Barely hit him, so no damage, which is good. We are sideways on entry there. Right rear is feeling it. I think I've definitely done a better job at saving, though. I don't think we were going this good at the end of our last run, and we've done more laps this run. It was fun to try the undercut, though. I think if we had just, like, on pure speed, long run, we're probably the 4th fastest anyway. Colton was probably going to be able to get up here, or get up there and pass us. He was back in 3rd. Nathan and JP already looked quicker than us. They had passed us right before the pit stop. So that's probably where we were going to cycle to if we had gone forever without stopping. But I don't know how we would have turned out if we had gone out longer or hit it halfway. That's the trouble with these once-a-week races. You only get one shot at the strategy. Gotta try and find the good one. Usually it's just pit it halfway, and I haven't been doing that a lot because I keep trying to find some advantage to maybe give me a shot at a win. But not quite. We have not quite been close enough. But we've got 4 races for the next round before we get to the Championship 4 championship race at Gateway. And we've got a shot in those 4 races. Road course, I mean, anything can happen there, but we probably are not going to be the quickest. But then Michigan's in that race. That's one of my better tracks. I've won there multiple times, which automatically makes that one of my best tracks because I don't win very often. So if I win more than once at a track, automatically makes it one of my best. I've always enjoyed running Michigan, though. That's should be a decent race for us. And then Daytona, anybody can win there. I am very unlikely to win that thing, but who knows, we could get lucky and something could happen where we could find ourselves get that win. And then it's IRP, and I've won there multiple times in previous races. Not necessarily exactly with the Xfinity car, but in different series, different cars. So I don't think we're out of a chance, but it's just going to be so difficult to beat Nathan and Colton and JP and Damon. If somebody not in the playoffs wins one of those races, there will be a spot open for points to get into the Championship 4, so that could potentially be us as well. I'm generally very consistent, and that's how I'm always able to get so many points in a season, but winning, I am not great at. And never have been. Let's try running a bit higher. Damon's catching up behind us. I really want to try and keep fourth if we can. Closing out this race. See if we can keep this thing green, or if we get a yellow to really compound things for people. And then at the end, take a look at the playoffs and see what that looks like, see who's in and out. Colton's going to try and get his 5th win and get a big lead going in, and he's going to try and beat JP so that he has less competition for the championship, because JP's definitely someone who could win it. He would have gotten a win if he had run all the races this season, I believe. He's definitely quick enough for it. But if not, he would have easily gotten in on points, I think.
Got one outside. Stay low. All clear, all clear.
But that's the way it goes sometimes. These are racing at a weird time of night, so not everyone can make it, or make it consistently.
Alright, man, that car is a lap down.
But next season, I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Got one
How I do everything.
You're clear high, clear high.
We need to get around Allen as quick as we can here, so we don't lose too much time to Damon. 2.5 seconds back. Allen's in a position battle with Nicholas just behind us, so he can't really afford to just let us go. But I can't really afford to have this take too long.
We have 10 to go this time.
10 laps to go. We may be all right. We're not able to end up passing him. The car has gotten very loose on me. That might be a good thing to keep the pressure off the right front. I need to run higher, but Allen's in that lane, and I don't want to run in the back of him. Okay, he's got a big enough lead now. We can run up here a little bit. Definitely doesn't feel as loose up here. But man, it's loose down the straightaway. Got that.
The lead just did a 25.2.
Man, he's still doing 25.2s. That is flying for how old his tires are by now. Doesn't matter if we lose the position to Damon, but I would like to finish as best we can here. Doesn't matter in terms of points, that is. Because he's already got a win. We're already locked in. As I've said multiple times. But looking like we're going to be able to hold them off here. I was looking at the lap count. Got to quit doing that down the straightaway because of that. It's a habit to look at it down the straightaway because that's supposedly the safest place, but not with this car or the Gen 4. Alan does not want us to pass him, that's for sure. Chad up into the wall a little bit.
Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high.
No yellow.
Here we go.
He's kept it straight. We only got 2 laps left.
Outside. Still there, hold your line. Still there, hold your line.
The leader just did a
25.197. Stay low. Alright, man.
Coming to the white.
One more left, go. You're clear high, clear high.
We're going to end up wrecking ourselves and getting Damon past us.
You got one outside. Still there. Still there, hold your line.
Good win, man. That was actually done.
Oh,
Still there.
I guess Colton didn't get the win. Must have been Nathan.
Man, you were
Yep.
really fast in the long run. I had nothing for you unless that traffic was
You're clear
there.
high, clear high.
All right, 1 yellow.
With the script for once, usually I'm the guy falling off, but not quite able to
Flag,
get you
man.
there.
It's over.
I thought Colton had a big enough lead not to make it up.
Great
Yeah, I
job,
used
driver.
the 71 as a pick, and I was like, uh-oh, this might be a wreck, but luckily it wasn't. Good racing, man.
Good race. Good race. That was fun. Good win.
Thanks, Gavin.
Oops. Damon was trying to catch us. I was stuck in traffic, couldn't do anything. 60-76, so we do significantly more laps on those tires, and they're only 8% worse. Which, I think we did save a lot better there at the beginning of that run. But, let's take a look at the incidents. We start second, lead a bunch of laps, finish 4th. Happy with that. Needed a win. Didn't really matter either way if we didn't, but still happy to get the top 5 and get ready for the playoffs starting next week. I think it's Watkins Glen for the first race. JP, unfortunately, comes up just short, finishes 3rd. Just nobody could beat Colton or Nathan. Nathan was flying there after he pit. Going long was the strategy, apparently. I was not thinking it would be. But we did get 1 yellow. Apparently it was Dan. He just gets up into the loose marbles up on the old pavement. And, ooh, hard impact on the right front and gets a couple others. Somebody just spun there, but that's big damage for Nathan. Nicholas Wing, I think he just spins there. People checking up. Chad didn't quite see it, or Nathan just turned down, but he would have clobbered him had he not turned down. But gets spun there, doesn't get any damage though, and is able to bounce back for, I think, a 14th. No, 13th. Great job to him. And then this is during the pit stop. We're not going to see anything there. Probably just going to see a bunch of wall hits. Jump to lap 31. Alexander, he's going to grab the wall, looks like. Oh, or got a bunch of wheel in it, getting tight. Turns down a little contact with the Leighton, but they keep it straight. Ooh, Chad's very loose on entry there. Misses the pavement there and up the track. Probably just seeing tire readings now. Oh, big loose there out of 4. Definitely easy to do that. Jump to lap 78. Allen. Just a bunch of tire readings. Probably not going to see anything else. Jump to lap 121. Probably more tire readings. Right to the end of this thing. There's just nothing. No car contact. And then that's it. Little wall hits here and there. I definitely hit it a few times. Tire readings, and Nathan gets the win. Now the moment of truth. What does the playoffs look like? First, let's take a look at the race results. 1 caution for 4 laps. 3,000 strength of field, been right around where we've been all year, which has been awesome, all season. Nathan leads 41 laps and gets the fastest lap. So he gets a lap lead bonus and fastest lap bonus. We lead 42 laps. Did we actually end up leading the most? We must have. That's crazy. Shane leads 8 before he had to retire, only gets 18 points. Dan only gets 12 points. That's going to put him in a really interesting spot. But I think he'll still be in because Nathan, who's already won, will have not... Someone below the cut line didn't win. That's what I'm trying to say there. So standings shouldn't change that much. We'll just have to see. But I can't believe I led the most laps at the beginning there. Colton leads 35. I thought for sure with how big his lead was, he wasn't going to be able to give that up. He only lost by 5/10 of a second there. We were 15 seconds back. Damon was catching up. Alayton puts in a solid finish as well. JP just misses it. Doesn't ever lead a lap either, unfortunately, but he needed a win, and doesn't happen for him, unfortunate. Ryan, Allen, and Sage, and then Tyler with a 10th place. Great, solid run for him. He should be in the playoffs. He gets 32 points, gets some laps led, and gets a very solid finish. So very, very nice for him there. Here's the rest of the field. Now let's go take a look at the points standings. We can get there. So Colton doesn't get his 4th win, but Nathan gets his 3rd, so he's going to be just 1 point behind Colton going into the playoffs. And you see the other 2 the other 3 that have gotten a win here: Nick, Damon, and Hayden. Hayden not here, and I don't think he's going to be here for next week either, which is the road course, which I think he had his best shot to win at, but he should be for the next of the rest of the playoffs. So Barrett not in it. He's given up his spot. He would have been in 9th, solidly in, but not in it since he won't be able to attend the races. Tyler actually jumps Dan with this race, so had Barrett still been in it, Tyler would have passed Dan at the end for that playoff spot and been right above the cut line, but Dan is still above the cut line, and he's got a big lead on Bradley. So these are the playoff drivers going into the next race, the next 4 races before the round of 4 at the end, minus Barrett. And these guys just barely missing out. Either didn't come to all the races or just had bad luck. And that's the way it goes sometimes. Definitely, had all these guys been at all the races, the playoffs would have looked a lot different because there's a lot of fast guys down here that only showed up for a couple races, if even more than one. But been an awesome season up to this point. Next 4 races, we'll have the 10-man playoffs. It's Watkins Glen, Michigan, Daytona, and IRP before we set the field of 4 drivers at Gateway for the championship. So that is how it's going. Should be fun. Looking forward to it. That was a fun finale, and we'll see how this championship unfolds for the next 4 races. So, yeah, thanks for watching.